when I think about what everything we were taught about parenting is wrong, it took me years to realize that when I started yelling, nothing puts a mirror on you quicker than being a parent and having children and having these little kids look back at you when you're yelling, like, what are you saying? And so I quickly found myself resorting to the types of ways that I was parented, whether it was grounding, timeouts, whether it was yelling. I was definitely a big yeller. Do it once because, do it when I ask you once and like it. Like there's psychology to this. There's tips and tricks and skills that I need to have. Like I thought I was just going to be talking to a little mini adult. And so, anyway, I did realize that I was raised with yelling, I was raised with restriction, I was raised with punishment. And, being honest with myself, I know that that didn't work for me. I mean, the more that you punished me, the more I just thought I'll lie better. I'll lie, I'll get to the point where you don't catch me. And I didn't want that from my kids. I didn't want my kids lying to me. I didn't want to create the environment with which they felt like they needed to lie to me because as you'll find in upcoming episodes, if my philosophy is that if you're lying to me, that's my fault. And that's my fault because I haven't created an environment with which you feel like you can trust me with information and how you feel. So that started my journey into psychology, reading and learning, and going to school on behavioral psychology, studying Montessori techniques, having our kids in a Montessori school, taking classes, and pretty much having my own experimentation test tubes, all four of my kids being raised and me learning on the job. So, anyway, fast forward, here we are. We're going to talk, like I said, about why everything you've learned about parenting is wrong. And that's what I had to learn on my on the job training and through the books that I read and figure out what does work. If what we're doing right now is not working, what does work?